Hey, welcome back to Comfort Cooking with Ariana. Jalapeno poppers, ultimate party food. You hear my son over there singing, ho ho ho. Yeah, that's my baby. He's my singer. He's tone deaf though. Okay, so what do we need for jalapeno poppers? You need 2 bricks of cream cheese. Now if I can get the cream cheese open, I can just dump it in my Ninja. You can use a blender. Not everybody has a Ninja. I didn't have one for the longest time. I still wouldn't have one. But, you know, my maintenance man knew that I like to cook and gave me one. So, you're just going to throw that in your blender. You're going to need however much cilantro you like. I like my cilantro. I'm having some major difficulties here. So I'll probably use, that's about a half a cup uncut. I'm going to use the juice of 2 limes maybe. I'll have to have a look to see.
Because you don't get a lot of juice out of 1 lime.
He's never going to let me forget about that juice. That damn lime that lime tangent I went on. No, you don't get a lot of juice out of 1 lime. You're going to use a lot of limes if you use lime juice. Alright. You have your cream cheese in there. You're going to put some jalapeno. And it's going to all get mixed. I like the extra jalapeno in there because I like the heat. But I'm only going to use 1 1/2. I'm not even going to use 2 because we're using the jalapenos. So I'm going to cut that. Like I said, I like my cilantro, so I'm just going to put my cilantro in there. It's a one pot deal, kind of. I did not heat my limes up today. Why? Because I didn't, and that's just what I do. I say one thing, I do something totally different on most occasions. You can ask my husband that. But the rule is you do as I say, not as I do, as I tell my kids. So I'm allowed. And this is why you want to heat your limes up. Because they just are so damn stubborn that you might get a teaspoon of lime juice out of a cool lime, but you'll get like a 1/4 cup of lime juice if you heat it up. So I went ahead and I heated the 2nd lime up. You really do get more juice if you heat it and roll it. Look at all that. The other one was just like drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drippity drop.
Hey, I like Empire too. I need another damn paper towel. Alright. To that, you're going to add about a teaspoon of salt. This is perfectly optional. I do add a dash of cumin. I like that smoky flavor that cumin adds. Now we're going to let the magic begin. And I'm going to blend it until it's really creamy and fluffy and not dense, because we're going to pipe it into the jalapenos, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute, because I learned the hard way. The bigger the jalapeno does not necessarily mean the better. So let me blend this up, and I'll show you how we're going to prep our jalapenos, and then we're going to go through the process of piping it in, okay? I'll be back. Unless you have a piping bag, which I don't have, get yourself a baggie. Stick that baggie in a measuring cup. Everybody has those.
Or a bowl.
The measuring cup works better because it holds the shape a lot better than a bowl. A bowl is wider. Get all that yummy goodness in there. Now I'll tell you, this works good on bagels. It works great, you know, on crudity trays. You want to take that away? Alright, push all your air out because this is now your piping bag. Okay? And what you want to do is you want to get it down to one side. Because you're going to pipe it into all those delicious jalapenos. Now, don't be alarmed. It's not spicy from that 1.5. But I don't parboil the jalapenos. So again, in this instance, bigger is not always better. Leave it in Texas. This is entirely too big and it won't cook evenly. You want a jalapeno, you know, just a tad bit smaller than that one. And we seem to get these monster jalapenos here in Illinois. I mean, I love them because they're great to cook with. I can cut it in half and I can still use it for several different dishes. But this is the ideal size for a popper. So, let me find out a couple. Pull them out. Now, if you do want to go bigger, by all means, do you. I'm just saying it didn't work for me to have them too big. And it's my recipe. I don't recommend it. All right, here we go. This is enough to start with. I'm only going to pipe a couple for you, and then I'm going to finish them all. I'm going to pipe them, and then I'm going to show you the breading process. So what you do is you cut the stem off, and then you're going to half it. And if it has a curve to it, try your best to follow that curve, okay? Because it does make a difference. This one gave me a boat. Now in this particular instance, you do want to take your membrane out. Okay? You don't need it. You can either pull it out or you can slice it out. Preferably, the less curve it has, the better for you. Because it helps you have an even type of jalapeno. Take the seeds out. I am going to put those in a bowl because I'm going to dry them and start my own jalapeno plant. Because I'm tired of buying them and it's summer and I've always likened myself to be, you know, like this rustic type of woman. I'm not very rustic, but I'm also not a city girl. I'm kind of like this nasty hybrid of I want to be rustic, I want to be Donna Reed, but I also want to be kind of punk rocky and, you know, like Amy Lee. I love my Evanescence. So
you're just going on and on and on.
Well, it's going to get cut anyway.
No, I mean you're talking.
Oh, I know. Shut up. Alright. Alright, so I have some of my jalapenos sliced in half and de-seeded. I'm going to cut the tip off of the...
Ow, no.
Yeah. I'm going to cut the tip off of the our makeshift piping bag. You don't want to overfill it, but you don't want them so empty. So that's a good amount. And you're just going to pipe that into your jalapenos. Twist as you go. If you have some reserved and you have carrot sticks or celery sticks, it makes a great snack. That's just how easy that is. So I'm going to pipe the rest of these. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with our coating and our breading, okay? Alright, got it piped in. The peppers that I'm going to start off with. I can't tell you how much flour to use. But that's going to be your first step in your dredging process. Okay? Then you're going to use, switch holes here. You're going to use breadcrumbs. You can go with whatever breadcrumbs you like. I don't recommend panko for this process. You can do Italian, which I'm going to do on this one. And call it a day. because I guess I accidentally picked up Italian breadcrumbs instead of plain breadcrumbs. Otherwise, I would make my own herb mixture for that. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. I don't have a lot of counter space. My kitchen is moderately sized. It's not huge by any stretch of the imagination. But when I start getting into things like, you know, the jalapeno poppers, then, you know, I start running into space problems. I'm going to use 6 eggs. I ran out of pliable egg the last time I did it with 4, so I'm like, okay, we're going to up the ante and we're going to use 6. And if you're like me, you know, you always have at least 2 dozen eggs in your house. Alright. That's that on. Now you want it mixed really well, because there's nothing but that thin layer of flour that we're going to season that's touching your I'm of the opinion the first thing that touches your palate, that's what's seasoned. The first thing that touches the food, that's what's seasoned. So the first thing that touches your palate is going to be the breadcrumbs. That's seasoned. But the first thing that's going to touch the jalapeno poppers is going to be the flour, not the egg. So I'm going to put a little bit of salt in it, and that's about a teaspoon. You don't want it too salty. So I'm going to whir that around. Now, you're going to get messy. I'm just saying. But you're going to dip it into, I'm going to walk you through it first. So you're going to dip it into your flour. Then you're going to dip it into your egg. And then you're going to dip it into your breadcrumb. And then you're going to set it on your cutting board, your drying tray. Once you have all those dipped, you're going to freeze it. But because I have my freezer's full right now, I have to do some maneuvering. I'm going to show you the first couple. I'm going to finish it, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do afterwards, okay? Okay, so take your popper, stick it in your flour. Okay? Tap off as much as you can without totally disturbing your batter. Flip it over into your egg, and then you're going to go from your egg. I do it face down. Why do I do it face down? Because that way I can pack it into the alright, flour. I think I'm going to do it differently. I think I am going to do this differently. I'm going to modify that. Alright. So, I'm going to double dip that. So we're going to do the flour, the egg, the breadcrumbs. But then after I finish breading all of these, I'm going to go back into the egg, back into the breadcrumb, like I did with the mozzarella sticks, if you remember. So, I'm going to finish these, we're going to double dip, and then I'll be back. So, I'm back. Poppers are a pretty messy thing to prepare. And part of the reason why you have to, again, same way with the cheese sticks, the reason why you have to freeze it is so that it can solidify. You don't really want to go and cook these right away. The breading's not solid, it'll just fall right off, and your cheese is still soft, so that'll just scoop right out. So, you know, freeze them for about 4 or 5 hours, or until solid. Take what you want, bag the rest, and prep it. So these are ready to be popped in the freezer. We're going to see you back here in about 4 to 5 hours. I'll show you how I prep it with the berry sauce that I used to dip it with. And yeah, I'll see you soon.